Hotep was going down. Donald Nelson with Supreme Confidence. You listen to today's episode of the Confidence in the Klutch podcast on the Confidence in the Klutch network. Whether it's a game of basketball or the game of life, you got to have confidence in the clutch. Practice makes confidence. Pressure makes diamonds. Stay sucker free. Keep it a buck like Milwaukee. Stay woke or get out. Gold ball or bust. You can't fit in when you're standing out. Colorism is dead, y'all. Black is black. We got to get it together. Black is black. Brown is brown. Get your confidence together. Get your clutch together. Listen to Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, YouTube, and at confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com. Subscribe, rate, and review. That bell button to get notifications of new episodes is important. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Klutch. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram at K&K. Coming up, we're going to talk about the NBA All-Decade team that got released. Rich Paul Rule, Melo, Team USA, AB with his feet and a helmet. And we got the Porter Miami 2 album review, y'all. Like always, we're bringing you quality content with strong opinions and facts. Confidence starts right now. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3 in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence
4, 5, 6.
in the clutch.
Confidence in the clutch.
Man, had a touchdown, had a little vacay. Took my baby girl out for her 12th birthday. We had to go visit family out in AZ in Arizona. You know what I mean? It was a beautiful thing. People travel. That's one thing I will say. Environments can hamper down on you. So travel, y'all. It's cool to have different opinions with people as well about what's going on. But you know what I'm saying? Long as what you eat don't make me shit. It don't matter what you do, how you feel or whatever, but it has to be reciprocity. Sometimes your own family can do things bad to you. Shout out to my cousin, Renell and Ryan. Man, we had a great time out there. Shout out to my brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But, my family, all good, yo. Whether wrong or right. So let's jump into it. Man, we got a lot to talk about. That NBA All-Decade team, I'm like, yo. I said, let me let that breathe for a week. Plus, I was going out of town and I wasn't doing nothing. Wasn't holding nothing, not letting nothing come in the way of me making moves. So, by all now, we want to know, are they right? Is the first team right? Who would you move? Who could you swap? Who was left off? Who was taken off? You moving cats around? Let's look at it. All right. We're talking about 2010 through 2019, right? So we got first team, Steph, Harden, Bron, KD, Kawhi. I don't think you can fuck with that list. I think that list is legit. That list right there is legit. All right. Let's get to the real where okay, wait a minute. All right. So the second team, we got CP3, Westbrook, AD, Blake, Carmelo. Okay. That's where some problems are going to come up with some people, and I'm going to get into it. Now, third team, we got D-Wade, the Mamba, Kobe, PG, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Giannis, right? So, let's break it down. Earned they shit. Steph, James, LeBron, KD, Kawhi, earned they shit. You know what I mean? All them, from per ESPN, the team combined with per NBA.com, that team combined for 10 rings over the 10-year span. So, you know what I mean? You got Curry, best player in that frame, that 6'3 frame. Harden, how his game just evolved. LeBron and all his dominance for 8 straight years. And, you know what I'm saying? 8 straight years. KD and what he did going out to Golden State, winning them titles, letting everybody know y'all can talk about me and the best of the world. And Kawhi, how he made moves and won 2 titles during the decade and all that. So, we get the second team. Chris Paul, he ain't never made a final appearance and none of that. Made a Western Conference Finals appearance and all that stuff. But, he was one of the best point guards of that era. Russell, everything he did, MVP, couple triple doubles back to back. AD, unstoppable. It's that 6'11", can do it all, can shoot the 3, take you off the dribble, hella defense, back to the basket game. And Blake, how he exploded Mr. Consistency, though. But Blake is Mr. Consistency. So even though he started out with a bang in that 2010-11 Rookie of the Year campaign. You know what I mean? All-star production like a mud. So, and Carmelo, according to NBA.com, besides James Durant, no small forward scored more points in a decade than Anthony. So, then we get to the third team. D-Wade, yep, he earned that. Kobe, yeah, people was mad at Kobe on that team. He could have got moved up. We're going to get into that. Right? But then who you moving down? We got Paul George, If he wouldn't have had that injury, man, he would have been a monster, and it wouldn't have took this long to get it out there. And Giannis, these last 2 years in his growth in this game, he earned it. LaMarcus Aldridge has been steady. Like according to NBA.com, he has ranked the 6th in total points for the decade. You know what I mean? And he started more games. So, you know, that big splash he was supposed to make in San Antonio out of Portland never did happen. So now let's get into what, if we're talking about it, who we taking off? All right, let's see. So, are they right? The first team is right. First of all. Who would I move? Could you swap Russ for Harden? You could. You could swap Westbrook for Harden on the first team if that's what you was on, right? But Harden has had more success lately than Russ as far as wins and advancement in the playoffs. Now, who was left off? We got Duncan, we got Dirk, we got Clay, and we got Kyrie. So, Duncan could have made it. He won a title. He was considered. He tailed off towards the end, but y'all gave it to Giannis because he won the MVP these last 2 out of the 5. Could we take him off? Some people was complaining about Carmelo. Carmelo belongs on that list, right? Could we take LaMarcus Aldridge off? How when he had the 6 most points? We got it's always gonna be one of them things. Some people was mad that Kobe was on the list because they're saying he did all this work after 2010 when they won that title. It was a wrap after that. He never made the playoffs after that again after one more season. So, but I am, if anything, this is what I'm doing. I'm moving Kobe up to the 2nd team. Moving Carmelo down to the 3rd team. Because, see, the catches, they went by position. So they had the point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and then they did the whole, you know what I mean? Like they did the whole, well, not really. They didn't go by that. I'm sorry. No, they did. They just went with who they went. So, yeah, I'm moving Kobe up to 2nd team, and I'm putting Carmelo down to 3rd team. With the Dirk, I think I'm taking Dirk over LaMarcus Aldridge. But we got to talk about this decade as opposed to last decade. But Dirk and them did win a title in 2010 against the Heat. 2010, 2011 against the Heat. And he was balling out. He was the best player in the league for that moment. We got Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson deserves to be on this list. So we put Klay on. Who are we taking off, though? Now, here we go. Who are we taking off of Klay? I'm from Milwaukee, right? But can we take off Giannis for Klay? Klay got 3 titles. Can we take off Giannis for Klay? I just want to know. I'm asking. I know Giannis got the MVP. If Giannis don't win that MVP, is he top 15 players of the decade? That's the question. Can we take off Paul George? Can we take off Paul George and put in Kyrie? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's some real thing. Like, man, I don't know. Can we take off D-Wade? He got 2 in the earlies, but after that, he kind of fell. You know what I'm saying? And he had the 1 year in Chicago when he was balling in Cleveland, not so much. Went back, came off the bench. I don't know. But if we take off, I mean, people hollering for, I don't know. I was listening. They were saying Blake shouldn't be on the list. Like, Blake has been solid. He's been injured. But if we take off Blake, 6 All-Stars, 5 All-NBAs, average 21 through the, man, come on, man, 21 and 9. Like, man, I don't know. But we know them 4 would be the next 4, though, for sure. We know Dirk, Duncan, Klay, Kyrie. We had a 4th team all decade. They would be on that joint, and then we wouldn't have no problem. We add somebody else to it. So, but yeah, we moving Kobe up to 2. I think I'm moving. I said I'm moving Melo down to the 3rd team. Move Kobe up to 2. And then I might take off Giannis and PG and put Kyrie and Dirk in them. Kyrie and Klay, definitely. If we taking off Aldridge, we putting in Dirk for Aldridge. So we're not getting into that. That's just my opinion, y'all. Conference Club. Let me know in the comments. Shoot me on Twitter. Bring it up on Twitter at K and the K. I engage with y'all. Yeah, I mean, that's the perfect place what Twitter is for, to engage with everybody. Yeah, I mean, so just hit me up, y'all. But it's just something to talk about. Yeah, I mean, it's just an opinion. It's NBA rule. I mean, the NBA.com opinion, y'all. So let's move on. The Rich Paul rule, man. Like, it was a big thing with the NCAA. You know what I'm saying? They had the mandatory bachelor's degree, an exam that had to be taken in New York in early November this year, had to be certified 3 years by the NBA Players Association, liability insurance. But the biggest thing was the bachelor's degree. They were saying it's the Rich Paul rule because he didn't finish college. But he wasn't the only agent that deals with NBA players that didn't finish college. So that was the catch as well. And, you know, people was like, man, hold up, yo, you can't do that. That's you're really putting out there that the only thing you worried about is catch with the education. But then they only did it for basketball. So the NCAA fell back, even though we know what happened. LeBron responded, let them know what it is. It was a racist, typical type of rule. Like, yo, man, you can't. Yo, what's up with that sound? There we go. You can't do that, man. So, if it's racist, typical stuff that you think is a black man, why does the Caucasian race do that to you? But it weren't just pointing out Rich Paul, though. That's the catch. Rich Paul is very powerful right now. People want to think everything is about Rich Paul, but it might not be about Rich Paul all the way, right? But how much longer we got to go through this? We're going to go through this forever because it's just how America is set up. So, you know what I'm saying? Deal with it. I'm going to let y'all think about that for a second. Now, here's the thing. Pressure bust pipes. And the NCAA, now they fell back and dropped the bachelor's degree requirement, right? Was the requirement wrong or just taken wrong by a few? I think it's both of them. The requirement was wrong because what you're saying is if you don't have a degree, you can't do this job. And I understand, and there are jobs that if you don't have the degree and training, you can't do that job. But there's also people that bucks that system and they don't have the degree, but they can do the job. So it comes down to the individual, because whether you have a degree or not does not mean you're not going to do that job in a good fashion, right? There's going to be assholes everywhere. There's going to be people that's shiesty and try to take from people everywhere. So you can't sit here and say that, hey, only people with degrees do well. That's not right, right? So does higher education equal success? Not all the time, right? Like, not higher education. You got people with master's degrees that's getting paid less than people with associate's degrees. So it's just about what you went for. And I'm telling everybody right now, anybody that's listening, children that's listening, people in college listening, parents listening, tell your kids to go for the money. Fuck the video games, the social media, the sport and all that shit. That's cool to do as stress relief, but that can't be the main focus. That privatization of that shit. Privatize your education, because what's happening is people don't want these loans. Student loans is messing up people's credit. That's why people can't do the things they need to do for themselves or their children. So let's teach our children to go for the money. All right. So in an op-ed piece for The Athletic on Monday, Rich Paul wrote, and this per ESPN, quote, requiring a 4-year degree accomplishes only one thing, systematically excluding those who come from a world where college is unrealistic. Does anyone really believe a 4-year degree is what separates an ethical person from a con artist? Let's also be clear that once the NCAA requires a 4-year degree for athletes testing the waters, it's only a matter of time until this idea is socialized, no longer questioned, and then more broadly applied. We all know how this works. Unfair policy is introduced incrementally, so people accept it because it only affects a small group. Then the unfair policy quietly evolves into institutional policy. I'm not sure what the technical term is for that because I didn't finish college, but I know when I see it. Drop the mic. Well said, Rich. So we back at it, y'all. Moving on. Team USA tells Carmelo, thank you next. You know what I'm saying? Jerry Colangelo states, you know what I'm saying, him on the team would be a distraction to where the team is currently heading. What? Nobody cares about the team really, though. You know what I mean? Or knows who's all in count because everybody don't pull it off. So many superstars said no. So Melo has what he got. He got 3 gold medals and 1 bronze. Most of any Team USA basketball player in history. He sacrificed and should be welcome. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Damn, they're asked to join the team just to give them that. Like, Melo ain't looking up for a Rick reclamation, but they trying to say, well, Melo, you want to get your way back in the league, there's other ways to do that. So if you can't get your way back in the league, don't use us. Like, they ain't even have to go that far. That's what I don't appreciate. Y'all didn't have to say all that. Y'all ain't had to say all that, but that's how they work. That's how they work. So, you know what I mean? I think Melo should have had a spot on the team, man. So, shout out to Melo, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Somebody gonna pick him up though. But Melo done said he gonna come off the bench, so it's gonna take somebody to take a risk on Melo. He said, I'll come off the bench. So let him come off the bench and let him play, y'all. He got something to give y'all. And finally, no, not finally. We're talking about AB. My man AB. All right. The helmet problem. First, he had the feet. I didn't see the picture of the feet. I don't want to see that. But they said it's from the cryo chamber. He didn't have the proper shoes on to protect his feet in the cryo chamber. He can't walk. Justin Gatlin said that shit gonna be months to get right. We'll see, right? But this thing with Antonio Brown, he got a helmet problem. Aaron Rodgers did. Tom Brady did, right? They used the shoot air advantage, and they've been using it for about 10 years. But they've been knowing that helmet is going to be outlawed because of safety and technology improvements that the league is trying to do to lessen concussions. I believe concussions have been lessened by like 33 to 35% over the few years. And, you know, people that wear them new helmets don't have those as many concussions as people that's wearing the old helmets. So they want to outlaw because it's not deemed safe by like a standard and an organization. So it's an outdated 10-year-old helmet. Should Antonio Brown or other players that he the one that went on ahead and sued and he lost. I mean, he didn't sue, but he brought it up with the players union and they had an impartial arbitrator, and the impartial arbitrator said, no, he can't wear the helmet. So, but should he be allowed to wear an outdated 10-year-old helmet? No. With a waiver? Wait a minute. We want to know. No waiver, anything. Safety and technology has improved. If he signs a waiver, it's letting the NFL off of the hook for everything that people know that they knew about the concussions and everything was going on and the brain trauma and all that, and the equipment wasn't as safe as possibly as it could be. The techniques weren't safe as possibly it could be. That's why football has changed right now. So, no, he shouldn't get a waiver to play. He just got to get in where he fit in and figure it out. AB is a diva, right? Over losing shit. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. Listen. You talking about you gonna walk away and you gonna retire if you can't wear your helmet, man? That's too negative. Now here's the thing: they paid him $30 million. He got his $55 million whatever contract out in Oakland, whatever. How $55 million guaranteed or whatever like that. It is what it is. Listen, he needs to fall back. Let his production fall off. Then say it's the helmet, and they can say, well, look at the years, but they gonna say, look at the quarterback and the team too. You ain't got Roethlisberger no more. Now you got my man out there in Oakland with you. You know what I'm saying? David Carr or whatever. So now let his production fall off, then say it's the helmet, not the other way around, right? So that's just me. That's what I would say though. But you know, that's AB. That's what AB on. So man, he needs to let that shit fall back. All right, now finally we're gonna get into our album review. Haven't did one in a while, so let's see. Album movie review. We got the 5-star scale, y'all. So we're doing Hall of Fame 5, Superstar 4, All-Star 3, Starter 2, Bench 1. So we're doing Rick Ross, Port of Miami 2, man. The album is a classic. I wish I had some. I ain't grabbed no instrumentals from the album, but I wish I would have grabbed an instrumental from that album because the album is dope. Like, I wish I can grab an instrumental now. You know what? Let me take a small break. Hold on.
Confidence in the Klutch.
Oh yeah, I found it. So we got to get it cracking. I found some big time. So let's go. Yeah, so I found the instrumental, y'all. But listen, the album is fire, y'all. When I say fire, super fire, y'all. Let me get that right. There we go. All right. Super fire, y'all, the album is. So listen. You will not skip a song, right? To me, the album of the year, right? Ross truly has gotten better over time. No, like, listen, my songs that stand out on the joint. Number 8, Rich Nigga Lifestyle with King Nip and Tiana Taylor on the hook, man. The feature, Boss, it's called Standouts. Number 3, Nobody's Favorite with Gunplay. Man, I forgot the Gunplay. You know what I mean? He comes hard on the track. Like you would, your guy, you rapping nigga, like, yeah, that song cold. Like, it's just bars. They both spitting hard. So it's very hard. Number 6, Big Time right here, assisted by Swiss Beats, produced by Just Blaze. This song right here that's in the back, this joint right here. Yeah. Big Time. Yeah, that shit cold. That shit cold. Number 10, Fascinated. This classic Ross just busting. Like, turn the lights off in the studio. You know what I mean? For those of you just smoke, you like some, you had a drank you some, whatever. But yeah, that's the one they had to be in the studio with the lights off. He just went in hard on that. They got a dope feature, number 11, I Still Pray, featuring YFN Lucci and Ball Greasy. Ross talks about his health. The song is cold. They got bars. Then it's another dope feature after that, man. It's just dope. Then number 13 is one of my favorite songs on that joint too. Number 13 is Vegas Residency. Super dope. That song cold. It's super dope. You know what I'm saying? That shit cold. Then Maybach Music 6. I really would have loved to hear the one. I'm going to find the one with Pusha T, but it's Wayne and John Legend. You know, John Legend always on the Maybach Musics. But it's Wayne on there. I would love to hear the one with Pusha T. Ross said, I had it, but it wasn't time to release it yet. So, and then he ends the LP with Gold Roses to end the album with Drake, which is a nice song. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm with it. It's love. There's other tracks on there in between tracks talking about his females and the money he got and all that shit. And you got the opener of the joint with Wale on there. You got the song with Meek Mill. You know what I mean? I'm not overlooking those, but man, you know what I'm saying? Classic verses by both of them brothers. So that's why I said the album. So y'all waiting to hear what I'm gonna give it, right? Right? Y'all waiting to give it? Classic. Ross's best work. You know what I mean? And he has some shit. He has some shit throughout the years, but this is Ross. This is Ross. Like, yo, like right there. So Confidence in the Clutch, we give it a 5-star Hall of Fame, right? Substance, bar for bar, numbers, accomplishments in sales, culture, game, and their flow. He gets the 5-star Hall of Fame stamp. This is a classic album, baby. Big time. Check it out, y'all. Check it out wherever y'all listen, wherever y'all stream. Y'all still buying music. Y'all still downloading legally, whatever y'all doing. Man, find that joint. Find it, y'all. So, we up out of here. So, you already know. Get your confidence together. Get your clutch together. Listen to Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, YouTube, and at confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com. Subscribe, rate, and review. Hit that bell button to get notifications of new episodes is important. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Clutch. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at K and the K. Have a safe and healthy night. We recorded this at 4 something in the afternoon, Monday, August 12th, yo. Big time like Rick Ross, baby. Let's get it. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3, in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.
Confidence in the Clutch.